Hello everyone, welcome back for some more. Let's read Tsukihime, A Piece of Blue Glass Moon. We did meet up with Mario and his compatriot, Ando Yugo, which someone pointed out, that could just be entirely a fake name. Because it literally means, like if you say it, Ando Yugo, and you go, right? Like that could just be not real, but we'll see. We'll see. I think there's some stuff up with him for sure, right? But we will have to learn about that probably in the well, I was going to say the far side, in the CL route, because as far as I'm aware, that deals a lot more with the church, because this side is vampires, that side is church, from what I'm aware. Anyways, the rest of my day has been normal so far. Remember, we are currently, the note is a totally normal day. It's fourth period, social studies. For you Americans, this is a class that combines like geography, history, all that together. Because we teach that as one thing instead of separating it, like that's weird. Our teacher recites dry textbook material from the front of the room. I'm actually a social studies teacher. Yeah, it can be quite dry, but it can also be fun. Social can be fun depending on what you're learning about. Because, like, when you're teaching, kids about, like, the French Revolution for the first time, they're like, oh my god, this is actually kind of crazy. As I listen to the lecture, I take full advantage of my window seat and stare at my reflection. Oh no, is this gonna be when this happens? I can't focus. It's not that the lesson is boring, I just can't wrap my head around everything that's happening outside of school. A fire that claimed so many lives. A vampire terrorizing our home. How can I sit in class while knowing the truth about all this? The answer is obvious. I'm a freak. Might as well call me Freaky Shiki or Freaky Tono. Most people would either lock themselves in their homes or run away. Yet, here I am, still trying to have a normal life. Trying to convince myself that vampires aren't worth giving up the life I've led up until now. But the truth is, I'd feel guilty giving this up. So people are telling me, from what I can tell from the comments, and I'll say you guys are maybe giving a bit too much away in the comments, I'd watch what you say, but from what it sounds like, a lot of him is next game stuff. That this is a lot of setup for next game, that we won't get a lot with him, which I guess makes sense, because he did say, like, he had a relationship with, like, Hisui, right? And we're like, that's weird, what does that mean? So in that case, right, we'll see, because why, right? And so Hisui's route is Red Garden. It makes me think about that conversation I had with Goto Saiki. To put it in his terms, education is an investment in one's future. Abandoning the future for a little safety now would be getting my priorities backwards. Besides, I'm living on the Tono family's dime. I owe it to them to at least show up to school. It's not just my duty, it's my obligation. I don't know if I'm being overly compliant or stubborn. Or just stupid. Master told me to become a person who does what he thinks is right. I intend to follow her advice. Having a normal life like this is part of that too. I squint my eyes at the sun filtering through the window. There's only 20 minutes left to the end of the fourth period. Fifth period will be my last class for today. My thoughts drift to I'll be working with Arcueid again once night falls. The face in the window's reflection smiles back at me. I wipe this stupid grin off my face. Our nighttime patrols aren't for fun, so why am I smiling like an idiot? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, it might be. Yep. There's gotta be a limit to my daydreaming. I've even started hallucinating about her now. I can practically see her gracefully crossing the schoolyard. Wait, are you freaking kidding me? I lean over a little to get a better look, careful not to interrupt class, or be noticed for that matter. Please tell me my eyes are playing tricks on me. Oh my god, this music. Nope. Not hallucination. Regrettably, I'm still sane. Any way you cut it, this is reality. So the question becomes whether that damn vampire's gone completely bonkers. What am I supposed to do? What's she planning? Will my school life be able to survive if I leave her unsupervised? Deep breaths. Calm down. Everything's okay. The other students haven't noticed, and I don't hear any nearby classes making a fuss. Thankfully, it looks like she's only visible from this classroom. This goddamn weapon of mass destruction. Cradling my head, I curse her with all my heart. That isn't gonna help me fix this mess. There's 20 minutes until lunchtime. I can't even imagine the chaos she could wreak with that much time on her hands. We get a choice? Oh my god, I don't think we got choices there in the original. I don't remember that. Or no, maybe we did. Okay, these two she'll get mad at us. Let's go with this one. Maybe intercept her? Let's focus on class. Our future is very important. A sudden calm washes over me. We're not ignoring. Oh my god, dude. Are we really doing this for this? I'm the kind of person who knows what they can and can't do. I have a firm grasp of my limitations. What can one human do in the face of the overwhelming force of destiny? One can only pray. That's not the face I expected, but... I direct all my attention to class. We're just getting into the global environmental issues that came to the forefront in the early 2000s. So from what I'm getting, humans are unlikely to use up the resources available on Earth, but environmental change is a whole other story. No matter what we do, the planet will survive. Us humans, however, will find it more and more difficult to live here as the temperatures and ecosystems change. That's right. I used to live in, summer, lovely, 25-degree weather. Now it's been hitting high 30s. And now it's like, oh, what's that? I want to go outside? Nope, sorry, too much smoke, right? Even if I let my own room get cluttered, the rest of the house would still be perfectly livable. I'd get kicked out and lose my place to live, but it's just me who'd suffer. Yeah, that makes sense. Lectures aside, what is this growing sense of dread I feel, despite having been completely focused on class? No! Also, so here's the thing. I've seen these glasses. This isn't a spoiler for me. This was shared to me very early. Plus, her Nendoroid and stuff has it. These are adorable. The granny glasses? Oh, so cute. This is a problem. This is a problem I didn't expect. Where are we going with this? The intruder laughs bashfully as she approaches the podium. What are we doing? The teacher's taken aback, but he still manages to scold the intruder. I'm proud of our teacher. Truly a model for the students. Except... Oh! Really? Is she brainwashing everyone into her being a transfer student? The teacher casually hands the textbook to the intruder. No! She's the substitute teacher! And exits the room. A commotion rises in the classroom. Amidst the fervor, students pull out their cell phones and start chatting away on message boards in excitement. What the heck is going on? Mamiya just straight up left Lamau. Anyone know who this is? She smells incredible. Buddy? Me like pretty lady? Oh my god. Oh my god, she's so close to me. She's so hot. First Miss Noel, now this. What's up with this school? Whatever God brought her. Whatever. No, I gotta do the right voice. Whatever God brought her here is a man of culture. She's got guts showing up in the middle of class, though. Oh my god. They don't understand the danger they're in. Oh my god. Arumi? Oh, that name's really good. Though maybe their crisis awareness isn't the issue here. I push against the back of the chair, slide down to the floor, and creep my way to the rear exit of the classroom. Everyone is so focused on the woman at the front of the classroom that they don't even notice my escape. There's no doubt about it. She must be using her mystic eyes. Is she gonna give a vampire lecture? Now, hold on just a second, I want to hear about that. But that's probably exactly what she wants. There's 10 minutes to lunch. I make for my goal as quickly and calmly as I can manage. Behind the gym, away from prying eyes. There shouldn't be any students or teachers around here. And now, I wait. Those do look really good on her. Now that the destroyer has taken the bait, I can call this crisis safely averted. It depends on the kind of danger, of course, but I can leave that part out.
そんなことより、アルクエイド先生、怒りたいのは俺の方です。お前、人間社会には関わらないって言ってたよな。目立つことも避けるって言ってたよな。なのになんださっきの。めっちゃくちゃ堂々と人前に現れやがって。真面目に吸血鬼退治する気があるのか。
何よ、真面目に決まってるでしょ、式のバカ。それに私ちゃんと変装してたもん。目立ってなんかいません。
To be fair, I think her going as a teacher does make more sense than being a student, right? She did put a little thought into it.
変装。まさかそのメガネがか。
She's even more of a monster than I thought.
うん、その通り。式の気持ちがわかるかなって昨日のうちに勉強しておいたの。
Oh no.
学校といえば教師、教師といえばメガネなんでしょ。
I mean, yeah. It's really rare to find a teacher who doesn't wear glasses, just because they all study so hard.
なんでかけるのか全然わからないけど、どう？似合う？
They do look great. Right? A visceral grunt rises from the depths of my being as she shows off her glasses. Damn this vampire. It isn't fair. I was so ready to rip her a new one, but one look at her and my wrath just melts away.
ああ、もう分かった。分かりました。話があるならちゃんと聞くから、もうアルミ先生は禁止。メガネも没収します。
No! If this game was based, they'd give me the option to keep them on for the rest of the game. I take the weapon of mass destruction from her. Humanity doesn't stand a chance against her if she has these. She can't be allowed to wield them again. You made them? God! You could... Again, no wonder you have infinite money.
俺が悪いみたいに言うな。学校じゃ危険物は没収されるものなの。
似合ってなかった？
No, it's the opposite. I falter in the face of Arcueid's uncharacteristic meekness. She's even more distracting than usual. I don't know if I'm just tired because it's lunchtime, or it's Arcueid that's unraveling my nerve, but I still have no idea what she...
でも式も悪いんだよ。下からずっと見てたのに私に気がついてくれないんだもの。どこから中に入っていいのかわからないし、いっそのこと式のいるとこまで駆け上
Oh
がるところだったん
no,
だから。
that would have also been really
い
bad.
や待て、駆け上がるって3階の俺の教室まで。
ええ、デコボコもあって足場には困りそうにないし、飛びやすいでしょ。
I take it back. She's as clueless as ever.
助かった。そんなことされてたら授業どころの話じゃない。
I really wish she said their collective shit. I let out a relieved sigh. She probably went mostly unnoticed out in the
とにか
schoolyard.
く反省したんならいい。それでうちの学校に何の用なんだよ。
So she
手
made
が
those
かりを探してい
glasses
るとか言ってたけど。
in the time between being down there and arriving. That's crazy.
何ってただの調査よ。ローラー作業ってやつ。死者の気配がないんだもの。足で手がかりを見つけないとね。
So the interesting thing is, original Tsukihime spoilers, she was kind of spot on with this.
それはご苦労様。今が夜だったらなお言うことないけどな。
This is where the nest is.
次からは気をつけるわ。それでこの辺りを歩いているうちに四季の匂いがして、そういえばここって四季の通っている学校なんだって気がついたらつい。
校庭に入ってきたと。猫かと思ったけど犬かお前は。
失礼ね。ちゃんと確証があったからやってきたのよ。
No, she was.
他の場所に比べてここは死者の気配がないんだもの。どんなものか実際に見ておかないとまずいでしょ。
Maybe they just have restraining orders, you know?
いやまずくないだろう。死者の気配がないんなら関係ないってことなんだから。実際学校では事件も事故も起きないし、夜になると誰もいなくなる。死者が人間を襲うとしたら学校じゃなく街に出るだろう。
まあそういえばそうだけど。
ここに異常なんかないよ。吸血鬼の気配はわからないけど、俺だって死を見る目を持ってるんだ。死者が歩いてればメガネをつけていても異常だって気がつくし。
I don't know. There's not much difference between a competitive Japanese high school student, you know, who's really into studying and stuff, versus a zombie. The only difference is the zombie might exercise more.
分かったわ。四季がそう言うんならここに異常はないかもしれない。
ないかもしれないじゃなくてないんだって実際。
Oh, ye of little faith. Arcueid doesn't look convinced.
やば、昼休みになっちゃったか。
Now that students will start wandering around outside, our hiding spot behind the gym just got a lot less
と
secure.
にかくこれ以上ここにいられると騒ぎになる。ちゃんと約束は守るから、お前は早く帰って体を休めておくこと。今日の夜にも敵とやらに出会うかもしれないんだから。
ふーん。なんだか私を追い出したいみたいな口ぶりね、四季。そんなにここにいられると迷惑？
It will be a legal struggle, because mysterious foreigners are usually not welcome on campus.
迷惑じゃないけど、いろいろ頭が痛いんだよ。気に入ったならまた都合のいい時に案内してやるから、今は早く外に出てくれ。
Yeah, you'd have to go through the official channels for that. I push Arcueid from the back. Oh, she doesn't like that. Arcueid makes to leave, though it does seem like there's a word or two she'd still like to say. Whew. The tension finally drains from my body as I sigh. I should go eat something to build up some energy for tonight. Did I just hear a sound from behind the bicycle rack? I casually walk to the shadowy section at the back. There's no one here. Probably just a stray cat or something. Huh. Was that meant to be CL watching? I find Arihiko in the classroom after I get back from lunch. He wasn't here in the morning, so I'm guessing he just came to eat.
Oh, Tano, hayosu!
Arihiko's got no shame, even when he comes unfashionably late. If rumors of Arcueid had spread through the school, then this guy would have definitely given me hell. I'm lucky that Arcueid actually went home.
なんすかその冷め切った目。かわいそうだけど、サイン券抜かれたら1枚10円で売られる CD なんだな。みたいな目で人見るのやめてくれない？
Hey, that is a 1-cent CD. There might be treasure on that. I would get that because you never know when you might have something that no one else has.
そうか、悪かった。ちょっと一悶着あって疲れててさ、つい本音を隠しきれなかった。次から気をつけるよ。
マジっすか？でも隠すべきは今の発言の方ですよ。
Arihiko chatters away as he walks over to his desk and right past it toward the class's rear exit. This guy's actually gonna eat lunch and then dip.
じゃあ今日も一日ご苦労さん。俺はネット越しにたくさんの仲間とちょっと世界を救ってくるわ。
What? I'd never took you for the MMO sort of guy. Arihiko heads for the door with a grin. Before he leaves,
北口駅前が物騒だって前に言ってたけど、それ以外にヤバめなところって言えばどこだ？
I throw out the question on a whim.
なんだい突然に。北口デパート並みにヤバめなスポットなんてそうそうねえぞ。強いて言うならあれか？
That's
静か
new.
な廃病院じゃねえか？2年前までヤンキーどもの集会場になってたものの、今じゃ誰も寄りつかなくなったっていう。
That's interesting. I don't think we ever did anything with an abandoned hospital.
静かって二駅隣のか。
Huh.
でも廃墟が物騒なのは当然というか、普通誰も寄りつかないだろう。
いやだからさ、誰もいなくなったんだよ。ある日を境にぱったりと、そのヤンキーどもの姿がな。30人近い行方不明者ってことで、今でも捜索願いが出されてる。
The funniest thing about the word Yankee is that in a lot of old manga, they didn't really understand what that meant, and so they thought they meant, oh, like an American, which led to that one really funny thing of like, I can't date him, he's an American or something like that, because, it means delinquent, right?
こっちは階段レベルの話で、北口みたいな暴力沙汰じゃねえけどな。
That's interesting, because I don't know what this is
今じゃ
about.
不老者も住み着かない行政の不良債権みたいな場所だよ。
Well, thank you, Mr. Rumor Mill. And much like most video games, if it's a rumor, it's real. Our homeroom class is having a surprisingly difficult time deciding what to do for the school festival next month. Turns out that the girls and boys are split, so we decided to delay our decision to next week. After-school activities are cancelled, and all students are leaving early.
さて。
There's no point spacing out in the classroom. What should I do? Oh, frick! Let's just go to that hospital. What's the worst that can happen? Yeah. I mean, if we die, then great. That's just a whole new path. I think I'll check it out. Not because Arcueid sparked my motivation or anything, but because I might as well look into some of the most suspect locations during daytime. It's 2 stations away, so it's probably nothing, but it's not like I have anything else to do until night falls. I'm sure it's fine. If we die, we die. Every time it gives me the chance to die, I'm gonna take it. It's a 20-minute bus ride from the terminal at Kushizuka Station. Hospital is then another 20-minute walk from the nearest bus stop. My destination is in the middle of an industrial district. It's dead quiet out here. God, there's a feeling to this sky. This is like such a real-looking sky, you know? Just like looking out at the vast expanse. God, it's like super real. Is that the hospital that we had in the flashback? Oh, now this is interesting. I can see how spacious it is even from outside the gates. It must have been quite a large hospital before it got closed down. Weeds have taken root in the cracks of the asphalt. One of the hospital wards seems to have incurred significant damage. It's falling apart. Was that damage caused by a fire? If it was, the difference between the damaged and undamaged areas is a little too extreme. Oh. The sky is so high here. There are no tall buildings on the horizon, allowing the blue expanse to stretch into infinity. It's later in the afternoon, but the clear sky is so bright and vivid it makes my eyes hurt. That is the one from our flashback from that one time. The barbed wire is nothing to my knife, and my entry goes without a hitch. I don't notice anything unusual. I brace myself and remove my glasses, but there isn't anything like the jumble of lines I saw in the zombie the other— Oh my god, what if the hospital's a zombie? This place is just some abandoned ruin. In the end, it was a waste to come here. But I guess that's how investigating goes sometimes. I head back to the entrance and check the bus schedule on my phone. There's a bus in 10 minutes. I should be able to catch it if I run. I sigh in annoyance as I pass through the entrance, deciding that I'll make a dash for it. But I feel like there's that's like finding like the bunker at the bottom of Deltarune, and you're like, there's a lot here, and I won't get to see it until later, because I feel like that's what we're doing. We're right outside big revelations. I arrive at the back of the mansion. The sun still hasn't set, which means Akiya likely isn't home yet.
今朝から怒ったままだろうな。
This would be far from the first time I pissed her off, of course. I've been nothing but trouble since I came back. I'd like to tell her what's going on, but there's no way she'd believe this vampire stuff. Guess there's nothing left except to keep playing the part of the good-for-nothing brother.
お帰りなさいませ、四季様。
ただいま翡翠。わざわざ出迎えてくれてありがとう。秋葉はまだ帰ってきてない。
はい。今夜は特別遅くなるとのことですので、ご夕食は四季様をお一人で済ませるようことづかっております。
That's probably for the best for us. Huh. I wanted to at least give some kind of excuse for before. I'll just head back to my room and rest then.
四季様。
Hello?
何翡翠。
Hisui casts a fleeting glance over the lobby before continuing.
つかぬことをお伺いしますが、四季様は今夜もお出かけになるのでしょうか。
Dang. Hisui looks me straight in the eye. She's seen right through my plan, and though that doesn't surprise me, Hisui already knows that I've been leaving my room at night. Only natural for her to assume I'd do it again. Problem now is how I respond to this question. As a servant, she wants to know what time I'll be home, but telling her is the same as telling Akiha. My response needs to be well thought out. I'm gonna tell her the truth. Nope, she's on our side. She won't tell Akiha. She's our servant. Yep. I'll tell her the truth. Even if I lied, I wouldn't be able to keep the truth from Hisui or Kohaku for long, so I may as well let her know I'll be out tonight.
ああ。実はこれから何日か、夜は出かけることになる。でも、誓って悪い遊びをしているわけじゃない。秋葉には嫌われる一方だろうけど、途中でやめることはできないんだ。
That's right. There's a dangerous, mysterious vampire terrorizing our city, and Arcueid is the only one who can do something about it. Above all, so is my home. Can't just ignore what's going on.
翡翠にも迷惑をかけるけど、しばらくは見過ごしてくれると助かる。0時になったら帰ってくるから、玄関の鍵だけ開けておいてほしい。
私たちに理由は話せないというのですね。
そうだ。ごめんな翡翠。だらしないやつだと思って、今は何も聞かないでほしい。
いえ。
See?
四季様は私の主人です。
That's what I expected.
主人をだらしない方と蔑む使用人はおりません。
Hisui speaks dispassionately. Her face is blank as ever. That's all there is to that, I guess. I nod my head to Hisui and start up the lobby stairs.
お待ちください。
Oh? I pause. Isui calls out to me, her muted voice like never before.
その差し出がましいことなのですが、
Isui clenches her hands as she looks over towards me.
四季様さえよろしければ夜に出かけることを秋葉様にお隠しすることができます。
She's the best. She's the best.
それって口裏を合わせてくれるってこと？
はい、夕食後秋葉様はお部屋からお出になることは稀です。
Yeah.
就寝前の見回りは私と姉さんがしておりますから、
She's
その
just
報告を
the
怠って
best.
しまえば四季様のお部屋の様子は誰にもわからなくなります。
いや、そりゃ助かる。助かるけど、いいのか？秋葉は二人の雇い主じゃないか。
私の主人は四季様だと申し上げたはずですが、
the best. I don't know about this, but I'm suddenly very happy that I decided to tell her the truth. Not only did she listen to my crappy reasoning, but she's even offering to aid
あり
me.
がとう、翡翠。そうしてくれるととても助かる。
それでは今夜からはこちらのカードキーをご利用ください。秋葉様の言いつけで屋敷の正門の暗証を変えたのです。こちらのカードキーでしたら深夜でも正門の鍵は外れます。
Dang, we made the right choice.
さすが秋葉、対応早いな。
And ruthless. That was close. I'd left without saying anything. I might not have been able to get back in.
私からの提案は以上です。夜の外出をお止めはいたしませんが、どうか怪我のないようお気をつけて。
Isui bids me farewell with a bow. Or with a bow, am I right? Because she's a maid. Yeah, hell yeah! I just got help from an unexpected source. Now I can leave the mansion without worrying Akiha. It's a really good soundtrack. Like, it just feels like every song is really perfectly fitting the mood, and the remixes are also great. I returned to my room after eating dinner by myself. It's almost 10 o'clock.
行くか。
Alright, time to make the donuts. I pocket my knife and slip out of the room as quietly as possible. I've been there. No one crosses my path along the way. Even the park is empty. People must really be afraid of the serial killer. Standing there alone is the woman in white.
四季
Oh no.
お、
I don't know why, but she starts yelling the second she sees me.
なんだよ。もしかして時間間違えたか？
そうもう何時だと思ってるのよ。約束の時間を10分も過ぎちゃってるじゃない。
Oh, that's nothing. 10 minutes? I couldn't have been here at 10 even if I sprinted from the mansion. I guess Arcueid was here right on time.
ああ、悪かったよ。こっちもなんとか10時に合わせたかったんだけど、こっそり出かけるのに思いのほか手間取ったんだ。お前が携帯を持ってたら。
Arcueid, make a smartphone. As convenient as it would have been to message her, the sheer absurdity of texting with a vampire pulls me back to reality. No, it'd be really funny though.
いや、なんでもない。
We should get her a cell phone.
次からはちゃんと時間を厳守する。今回は多めに見てくれ。
もうこれから殺し合いに行くのに全然自覚がないみたいね、あなたは。
She puffs up her cheeks in anger. She's not in a good mood. Wonder if it's because she got here early.
なあ、アルクエイド。何時からここで待ってたんだ？
私は起きてからすぐここに来たから、やってきたのは7時ぐらいかな。
It has been hours.
7時って、じゃあ3時間以上も待ってたのか？
What was she thinking coming so early when we agreed on 10? That's what I do though. I'm bad for
な
that.
んかおかしいみたい、私。
Arcueid mumbles as if she's a little surprised about it herself.
まあ、遅れた俺も悪いけど、そっちにだって問題はあるぞ。約束の時間より前に来て、勝手に待たれても困る。
もう それとこれとは別問題でしょ。式が遅れたってことは変わらないんだから。
それはそうだけど、しかしなんだって3時間も待ってたんだ。間違えてきたにしろ、それだけあれば部屋に戻っていてもよかったじゃないか。
Yeah, but what if something happens on the way? It's better to be there ahead of time.
そんなの
I am
私
actually
にだって
so
わ
bad
から
for
ない
that.
わ。
Also, whoa, we get to see his standing sprite.
なんとなく楽しいし、このまま式を待っていてもいいかなって思ってたらいつの間にか10時になってただけなんだから。
楽しかったってなんで？
さあ、自分にだってわからないって言ったでしょ。式に殺されたせいかしらね。私、体のどこかが壊れて治ってないみたい。
I don't know, it sounds like you have a bit of a crush.
自分でおかしいって思うんだけど、体のどこがどうしておかしいのか点でわからないんだもの。
I think it's the heart. I'm not sure how to respond. I can't do much except apologize. I was the one who cut her up into 17 pieces, so if something isn't right with her, I gotta go get the doorbell. Alright. I went and I got the check my mom won because she won the 50-50 at the recent baseball game. So we got a nice little check for, I think it was like $800. Not bad. Baseball's not super huge up here. I mean, it's pretty big, but wasn't like a professional. It wasn't like MLB. It's like a, you know, small town game, but I mean, I live in the capital city, but it's not Toronto, I'll just say that. Anyways.
まあいいわ。時間もなくなっちゃったし、無駄話をしている暇なんてないものね。
Yeah! Let's go fight vampire!
ああ、そう言ってもらえると実に助かる。
でも、次も遅れるようなことになったら、その時は直接家に迎えに行くわ。
Don't do
約
that!
束を守れないのは式の方なんだから、文句はないでしょ。
Don't do that! Don't do that.
それはダメ。
Don't do that.
約束はちゃんと守る。守りますよ、そりゃ。
That's bad.
けど、不測の事態はいつでも起きるだろう。時間に遅れるなんてのは、その最たるものじゃないか。
No, actually, she needs a cell phone.
なんで、間違っても二度とうちには来ないように。ただでさえ秋葉に誤解されたままなんだ。これ以上引っかき回されたら、マジで部屋を犬小屋にされかねない。
ふん。秋葉って式に全然似てない妹さんのこと？
Oh. Interesting foreshadowing.
似てないは余計だけど、そうだよ。
そうなんだ。式はそんなに妹さんが怖いの？
She's scarier than most of the vampires we faced.
あのな、どこの世界に妹を怖がる。
Afraid of his own little sister? I think the words, but choose to bite my tongue. I wouldn't say I'm afraid of Akiha, but I do find it difficult to interact with her.
単に妹には余計な心配をさせたくないだけだよ。昔からあいつには迷惑をかけてきたから。できるだけこのまま
There it is!
何も知らないままでいてほしい。
The first typo of the game! That's not bad! It took this long? That's a lot better than Mahoyo.
なるほど。あの妹さんには優しいのね、式。
基本的に俺は誰にでも優しくしているよ。最近になって例外が一人できちまったら。
それって私のことだ。
She's cute.
今のは皮肉で言ったんだけど、褒めたんじゃなくて悪口ってやつな。
そうなの？でも私は式の例外ってことでしょ。
Aww.
私ね、そういうの嫌いじゃないんだ。
Arcueid is still smiling. It's a carefree smile like that of a child. That's weird. I don't like when you make those comparisons. My body feels weirdly hot. Hopefully not because you compared her to a child, buddy. My temperature must have gone up. She's gonna overwhelm me completely if I don't take my eyes off her, so I make a show of turning my head away.
本題に入ろう、アルクエイド。昨日と同じように吸血鬼探しをするんだろう。
と、そうだったわね。今夜はメガネは外さなくていいから、私の後についてきて。
Oh, thank God. No headaches for me tonight. Let's go. So where are we going? Another funky beat. We wander the dark city. Arcueid seems to have a place in mind, but because she hasn't shared anything, it almost feels like a midnight stroll.
今夜はピンポイントで見てもらうわ。まずは騒がしい方ね。
She leads us into the commercial district near the station. We traverse the sleepless city, rich and vibrant, even past 10. It's a veritable exhibition of modern culture, a buffet of light and sound. The white shadow, unchanged after untold centuries, makes her way through the city that's painted anew seemingly every few months. Untold centuries might be an overstatement. The phrase only came to mind because I've heard that vampires are immortal and long-lived.
あのビルを見て。6階建ての細い方。入っていく人間たちに線は見える？
普通だな。死者は出入りしてない。
外れね。次に行きましょう。はい、メガネかけて。先は長いんだから、あんまり無理しないように。
That's a smart way of handling it, right? Don't keep them off all the time, only when you need them. Like she mentioned this afternoon, Arcueid has a good idea of where the zombies patrol. She wants to check out 6 places. The first 2 were a bust, but the third spot, the building with rentable offices, paid off. Square? Wild that all these companies are turned into fake ones. We're like, yeah, Square, yeah, they're fine. Throw them in. What are they gonna do? Sue us? Huh? With what money? Everything's not selling enough. One of the security guards entering an unused office was an absolute cluster of lines. Arcueid understood just from the look on my face. She had me wait in the hall while she entered the room, exiting casually a minute later.
ごめんなさい。ここも外れ。低級の式だった。この辺りは昨日借り尽くしたから完全に警戒されたわね。
Oh, she's trying to press for information. Arcueid shrugs. She hides it well, but I sense that she feels discouraged.
何よ、ニヤニヤして。私の失敗が楽しいの？
いや、違うよ。いつも気楽なお前でも気を落とすことがあるんだなって。
それどういう意味？私だって人並みに壊したり潰したりしますよだ。
I wish she'd phrase that as happy and sad, but that's just too tall an order for this vampire princess. We sneak out of the building and make for our next destination. It's just before midnight. We see fewer pedestrians and the neon lights begin to shut off one by one. Car taillights pass us by. Arcueid steps in time with them, as if to follow them home. We've now investigated 5 spots to no avail, which means we only have 1 chance left. We seem to be headed to a residential area. Arcueid doesn't say anything, but I get the idea that she was saving this one for last for a reason.
しかし、分かってはいたけどまだるっこしいな。足で調査するしかないなんて、前時代的にも程がある。
If only we could just open up an app called Vampire, but it's spelled like grinder, you know? So just get rid of the E at the end, like vampire, right? And then, I like how I could have said Tinder, but I went for grinder. Wow, huh? Subconscious, what's up with you? Anyways, right? If we could get that would solve everything.
昔から吸血鬼退治は面倒なものだもの。町のどこかにある親元の棺を探し当てるんだから、そう簡単には終わらないわ。
そっか、ならいい。って、別に嫌がってるわけじゃないぞ。単にアルクエイドも大変だなって思っただけで。
私は別に大変じゃないよ。決められた作業だもの。手順を踏んでいけばきちんと終わるものだし。
Just like if you're stuck in a maze, just, you know, it's annoying and part of the process, but if you just hold your hand on the left wall through an entire maze, you'll get out eventually. As long as there's one exit and entrance. All I can manage in response is huh. Arcueid is all business when it comes to hunting vampires. She'll do whatever it takes as long as it produces results. Just because she can leap 10 meters in the air doesn't mean she's itching to skip the legwork. Now that I think about it, it was the same when I first met her. She had fully integrated into human society during her search for vampires, even though she could have done what Vlov did if she felt like it.
なんだよ、人の顔をジロジロ見て。ちゃんと前向いてないと転ぶぞ。
やっぱりこれって不思議なことよね。ねえ、式は私といて平気なの？吸血鬼退治とか怖くないの？
はあ？
A baffled grunt escapes my throat. She's asking me this now? Am I okay with being with her? I don't even know what to think about it.
別に平気かどうかなんてただの襟好みだろ。俺たちは利害が一致した協力関係なんだし。そりゃ吸血鬼は怖いけど、町のためなら我慢するさ。
Arcueid accepts my answer with a faint nod. The conversation stops there. We walk through the empty streets in silence. What a quaint little house. We're far from the station now. These 2 hours haven't been very productive, but somehow it doesn't feel like we've wasted our time. Even if we didn't address the root of the problem, we've at least stopped it from getting worse for today. That must be the reason behind this strange sense of accomplishment.
でも気を使わなくていいのはいい。
I finally give voice to a feeling I'd never expressed.
式？
だから気楽だってこと。俺は根本的にろくでなしだからさ。お前みたいに頑丈なやつがいてくれると、なんていうか。
You know, the speedy glass cannon needs a tank, right? Just don't ever call a girl a tank. Don't do that. It's not a good idea. Even if that is her class, find another word. I feel truly at ease. Everything I see is broken. I look at the world as polluted. I shouldn't be here. When I'm with her, it feels like the conclusions I've come to these past 7 years begin to fade.
ねえねえ、それってつまり私が式を楽しくさせてるってこと？
逆。な、おっかない吸血鬼と一緒なんだぞ。災難極まってるだろ。
Aw, that's not
気が楽っ
nice,
ていうのは
buddy.
どう転んだって今以下にはならないってことだよ。
おっかないってどの辺が？
山ほどある。殺しても生き返ってひたすら追いかけてくるとか、3000度の高熱をあちちで済ますところとか、ガムテープとかビルの屋上まで駆け上がるところとか、駅前をお釈迦にするところとか。
Buddy, you saw her expressions change. You're gonna be in the doghouse with another person. And you gave everything you had to protect me in the town from Vlov's ice. Hey, why don't you say that part out loud, bucko?
岩盤をちゃぶ台返しするところとか、人の体によくわかんないものを塗りつけたりとか、あと昼間に学校に来るところとか。
はい、そこまでで結構です。式の気持ちはよくわかりました。
いいのか？まだもうちょっとだけあるぞ。
Buddy!
いいわよ、自覚あるから。ふんだ、どうせ私は吸血鬼ですものね。
Arcueid picks up her pace, walking briskly ahead of me.
待てってば。お前が本気になったら追いつかないぞ、俺。
She's got her heelys on. I follow her, half jogging. Turns out our 6th destination was just up ahead. There it is, in the middle of the neighborhood. A typical 4-story apartment complex. Nothing out of the ordinary. There look to be 4 apartments per floor with lights visible in most of their windows. People who live here are still awake, spending their time as they please. Wait, hold up. Are you saying it is a 4-story apartment complex with 4 apartments per floor? I wonder what that means. But as someone looking in from the outside, there's no way of knowing whether that involves any shady business. I look at the lines. The strain it puts on my brain makes me nauseous. This place seems wrong. There's nothing unusual about the lines running across the building, but it feels somehow lifeless. There's something unnatural about the brightness emanating from the interior, or from the strangely concentrated lines of death scrawled across the woman just now entering the apartment complex.
そう。やっぱり当たりね。
Instead of going to the entrance of the apartment complex, Arcueid heads down the slope leading to the underground garage. Garage is guarded by a metal shutter.
普通のマンションだけど、ここなのか。
ええ。このシャッター、人よけと消臭の結界がかかってる。
Oh. Okay.
あれはカメラかな。私の姿を捉えてるけど、中の死者たちにもう逃げる時間はない。昼間、私一人でやってきていたら逃げられていたでしょうけど。
Bending downward, she placed her hands under the shutter. Is she really gonna pull the shutter up by...
シキ、このシャッター切れる？
そりゃ切れるけど、いいのか。
ええ。私よりシキが敵に。無理やり開けると警報が鳴るでしょ。
Smart. Smart. Good point. Arcueid is pretty good at keeping her cool under pressure.
シキはガレージの入り口にいて。ここが巣なら、中には10体近いアンデッドがいるはず。相手が1体だけならシキの方が強いけど、2体以上になると不利でしょうから。
別に俺はそこまで。まあいいか。わかった。切るぞ。
I cut along a line on the shutter. That's cool. Metal meets concrete with a clatter. I peer into the pitch black through the opening I just cut.
なんだこの匂い。
Did we find a drug den? A foul stench hits my nostrils. The garage reeks of rotting meat and rancid blood. Oh! Zombinos! Oh, I don't really like how they look. They are kind of spooky. I see several squirming clusters of lines within. The sound of the shutter being sliced open seems to have caught their attention. There are 22 of them. With this many undead, there's no doubt that their sire is here with them too.
予想より数が多い。ここが根城なんだろう。ならやっぱり俺も。
ん？ここは根城じゃないわ。ただの食堂よ。大丈夫。起きたばっかりの節なんて虫みたいなものだし。シキはそこで待ってて。すぐ片付けちゃうから。
Arcueid just runs up and presses her Muso button and just immediately kills them all. Let's see, I want to see her do that. Yep, okay. Little berserker barrage. My brain has difficulty keeping up with the incomprehensible scene in front of me. Something so beautiful yet so grotesque, like a figure skater performing in a graveyard full of decay. A throng of undead approaches their guest. She conducts a symphony of snapped bones with a single swing of her arm, a cacophony of fangs clattering to find their prey, the sound of splitting flesh, and somehow, even within the mist of gore, a white shadow untouched by a single fleck of blood. It takes my breath away no matter how many times I see it. Of course, these corpses don't stand a chance against her. Their abilities are too mismatched, their points of view too dissimilar, their very existences reside in different dimensions. As if the word unparalleled was coined for her and her alone. To Arcueid, these vampires that exist only to drink blood must be no different from humans. They're prey, and nothing more. Another curtain of pain runs through my brain. It's what I get for going without my glasses for so long, but I can't put them on back on yet. Arcueid may have said she could take them on by herself. There's still more than 10 of them left. It will take her less than a minute to deal with the rest of them at her current pace, but just in case Oh, she's not looking too hot. Something is wrong. Arcueid's movements are slowing. She hasn't been injured. The zombies can't even get close to her in the first place, but even still. Her face appears to distort with pain with every enemy she rends. All of them fall to her terrible onslaught. The next thing I know, there's only one left. This shouldn't require excessive force. A zombie of this caliber ought to perish in the single slash of her claws. And yet... Perhaps seeing the fight's end, the white silhouette pulverizes the humanoid, holding nothing back. Maybe we should have saved some meter just in case, you know. It's over. Ooh, you're really not looking too good. Standing center stage of the carnage is Arcueid, her breathing ragged. She finally loosens her shoulders. That idiot. I don't know what was going on in that head of hers, but she's exhausted too much of her strength. She could have used 1/10 of what she used just now and still finished things without breaking a sweat.
Arcueid.
I quietly call her name from the entrance.
あ、どう？
Oh, and now
見て
she's
てくれた
okay?
しき。今夜はこれで終わりだし、あなたの前だし、いつもより張り切ってやっちゃった。
Oh, she just wanted to show off.
お前な、こんな物騒な張り切っちゃったとか初めて聞いたぞ。
I sigh. She really is a troublemaker. How am I supposed to respond to the idea that she just wanted to show off to me?
まあ、確かにちょっと見とれたのは事実だ。
What the frick is that? What the frick? That's not a zombie. That's a spider, bro. The cheerful mood is cut short. My thoughts cease. My mind blanks. Something strange and unspeakable draws my attention. When did it get here? Or rather, how long have I failed to see it? A panther appearing in a back alley. I forgot about that. Flaming corpses. Dead things in the form of human beings. I've seen my share of abnormalities these past few days. I've experienced a lot of things for the first time. Yet those were all based in reality. They were variations on what I know, mere extensions of common sense. This thing is different. The air it exudes is too irregular. Its classification too deviant. Its very existence is born of some indecent process. It belongs neither here in Soya nor in Arcueid's world. What the hell? Ooh! Ooh, it's a little Spider-Man with a potbelly. It's shaped like a person. Its stench is like that of zombies. But humanoid as it is, it's discarded any claim as a Homo sapiens. That's right, this is the legendary Heterosapien. I don't sense any respiratory functions. I can't see how it would react to light. Yet my instincts grasp that this beast is built different to be a predator. Well, I've never seen anything like it. It does remind me of something I know. A spider. My mind is still frozen. I can't quite remember how to work my throat. The muscles in its abdomen flex and ripple. Actually, I think you'll know that's called a thorax. Oh, what the frick? That's even more weird. That was in its stomach? What the The massive bulging flesh isn't body fat, but many muscular arms? What the hell am I looking at? Strange, fleshy tubes, like writhing invertebrates. The moment I recognize it for what it is.
Arcueid!
Dr. Octopus? Is this the superior Spider-Man? I shout. Arcueid turns to look, sensing the aberration behind her. The monster's tentacle shoots out like a whip, cracking at the back of Arcueid's neck. It's quick, but not quick enough to catch Arcueid completely off guard. Arcueid's claws fly to meet the limb of flesh, the same claws that cut through the zombie's flesh as easily as scrap paper. Oh! But her rending claws are unable to sever the scourging tendril. Scourging. That's a word. Rather, the deflected whip keeps its inertia, brutally lashing across the woman's back. I hear a trigger fire at the back of my skull. Oh, similar to Shiro. Whoa. This zombie is an aberration. That's one thing. Its skin is unusually resilient. That's another. The zombie is on a different level of stop using words that are tough to say. Repugnance. That's yet another. But more than anything else, its second and third arm threatened to come down and end Arcueid's life. No way. That's stupid. She's stupid. She hadn't pushed herself, she never would have gotten into this position. It's ridiculous. She's injured again. Cornered up against the wall. Her breathing is ragged. She's taking hits even I could avoid. Thank God I'm not wearing my glasses. I probably would have broken them in anger if I was. Like Vegeta with the scouter, buddy? The aberration leaps into the air, seemingly enjoying itself. A vulgar grin pulls at its lips. Having found prey it would normally be able to hunt. Oh, oh my God. Oh, he's really going full... Oh my God, wait, hold up. Okay, the trigger sound is new, but does he really have a proper Nanaya install? Okay, let me give this the Nanaya treatment. Fuck you. Fuck you. That's mine. It's my fault. That's my job. I'm going to... I killed her. I brought her down. But she still forgave me. Trash like me who killed her for simple pleasure. And now... Holy crap. Don't touch her with those disgusting things! I cut, without thought, without wasted movement, like an animal driven by pure instinct. Am I running? Is it chasing me? That's fine, there's no hesitation in my steps. A second strike from the beast, short and fast unlike the first, the equivalent of a jab in boxing, an action that maximizes speed with minimal movement, not particularly powerful, but too fast for the eye to register, too fast to react to. But that's not an issue for me. If I can't dodge it, I can just cut through it. I pursue the figure in front of me, a crimson cluster of tightly packed lines of death. Without even thinking, I'm slashing a potent line. There goes its left leg, dead, despite how wary I'd been of it before. Now all I have left to fear is its bite. I'm already close enough to reach. I stab the point thrumming just up and to the right of its navel. There are no death throes. The aberration simply collapses to the ground, a mechanical doll with its batteries removed. Bro. And we're back. Finally let out the breath that I've been holding all this time. I'm surrounded by lumps of rotting flesh. The thing I killed is gone, vanished into ash. Considering the bodies of the zombies killed by Arcueid still remain, it seems that this one was indeed special. But I killed it. I snuffed out the life of the aberration without faltering for a second. My mind still won't process things properly. This was pure violence. A mad rush without a single thought spared toward the lessons that Master taught me. An action fueled by the murderous rage I've tried so hard to quell. Regret, remorse, hatred, despair will all return with a vengeance once I've calmed down. But I'm fine with that. I am. As long as Arcueid is safe. It's the first time. Just now I used my power to save someone, in full control of myself, and with no hesitation. I looked back to find Arcueid breathing heavily, her shoulders trembling.
大丈夫かアルクエイド
I'm at her side in an instant. She holds her heaving chest like she's in pain, like a suffering animal that knows nothing but how to gasp for air.
バカ油断しすぎだあんな考えなしで暴れるから大丈夫か体の傷開いちまったのか
Her back is shivering. This is bad. For one, she's completely drenched in sweat. Worried that Arcueid's hurt herself. I lean in to take a good look and... What? Oh my god, I thought this was a real serious moment.
おい
Are we actually doing this?
仕切ったらけだもの。今のすごい、ちょっとすごすぎると思う。
What? Now this is just cruel. Arcueid wasn't doubling over in pain. She was trying to hold back her laughter.
嘘泣きとかお前人間社会に毒されすぎてないかというかそうだよな。心配した俺がバカだった。頑丈なお前があれぐらいで痛がるはずないもんな。
あ、ひどい。痛いのは本当だったんだから。
Yeah, but on a scale like 1 to 10, or was it like was that the first 3 you felt in a while?
あとちょっと追い込まれていたら、誰かさんに切られたお腹がまた開いていたところよ。
Okay, fair. That's not fair. No matter what I say, I'm still to blame. So I accept my defeat in silence.
はいはいわかりました。俺が悪うございましたとも。さっきのバカ笑いはどうあれお前が無事でよかったよ。
My mouth opens fire before I can help myself. And after I do, she's back to wearing that usual enigmatic grin.
なんだよまだ何かあるのか。
うん、それと嘘泣きじゃないよ。嬉しいのも本当。だって式がすごく頼りになるんだもん。
I mean, we did help out. That is nice to know that we can do that. My cheeks are burning. I turn away to try and counter the sudden ambush.
何？どうかした式？
どうもしてない。ちょっと暑いんで。
Oh,
ほら。
Buddy's catching feelings. What an excuse. That was genuinely terrible. But for now, I can't bring myself to look at Arcueid. Bring my hands to my face to hide my burning cheeks, but it only serves to heat them more. What's with that look? What is she thinking? As if being good at killing is something to be praised. Read the room. You're evil. A witch. And why the hell am I still happy about it? I need to calm down. Chill the fuck out.
よし落ち着いた。でこれからどうしようか。ほらここが敵の本拠地じゃないにしても中に入って手がかりを探すとか。
そうね。人が来る前に調べてもいいかも。
Buddy, your heartbeat. Calm down.
棺の手がかりはないでしょうけど、他の食堂の場所は。
You're kind of fading out. What's going on? I can't do this. The throbbing in my chest won't calm down. My face is burning up. I'm growing more lightheaded by the second. Arcueid's voice feels like it's passing me by. What am I supposed to do? Anyone would be smitten being told with that kind of smile. The pain in my head, the heaviness in my arms and legs. It's all because of...
式？ちょっと大丈夫？
Oh,
すごい熱。あの死者、そんなに見えにくい相手だったの？
いやそんなことはなかったけどお前なんか近くない。
I can barely move my head. I'm conscious, but my brain feels like it's stuffed with cotton, completely dulling my senses.
ここの調査はやめて休憩にしましょう。どうせ手がかりなんて残さないやつだし、今日は食堂を潰せただけで十分よ。これだけの働きありを失ったらしばらく活動はできないし、もう自分から外に出てくるしかなくなるわ。
She pulls me away by the arm. I nod vaguely and we leave the garage and the sea of body parts within. Yeah, we're not having a good time. Or maybe we're having too good a time. I rest on a bench. Full feeling returns to my arms and legs after about 30 minutes. I didn't notice it myself, but it seems that staring at the aberration's lines really did a number on me. Arcueid stands in front of the bench. She's been staring at me since we arrived.
あのな、アルクエイド。めまいも消えたんだし、そのいかにも俺が悪いって顔はもうやめてくれ。そもそも、あの時はああでもしないと傷が開いたんだろう。
あれは言葉のあや。あんな編集ぐらい何とでもできたわ。そんなことよりあなたの体よ。昨日の話ちゃんと覚えてる？
目を使いすぎるなって話だろ。分かってる。俺だって廃人にはなりたくない。次からは気をつける。
はあ、鈍感にも程がある。あなたに危機感を植え付けるのは難儀そうね。
No. Just put you into Ikea in a room together again. That's all it takes. That's enough fear there.
一番身近にして最高級の死に慣れているんだから、それも当然か。ほんと、どうしてやろうかしら。
You can't say that
一度
because
思いっきり
now
怖
we
がらせてあげ
expect
まし
it,
ょう
you know?
か。
Why is she so resentful about this? Can someone explain it to me?
最高級の恐怖なら、お前に追いかけられた時のでお腹いっぱいだよ。この目が危険だってことも、言われなくとも分かってる。
I've lived with them for 7 years
さっ
now.
きのだって、いつもならめまいは起こさなかった。あれは単に。
I don't think it was from looking at the lines too much. I was just overwhelmed from everything with Arcueid.
単に、何？
単に、歩き尽くしで疲れていただけだ。お前は平気だろうけど、人間は疲れるんだよ。
それならいいけど、四季ってたまに自分を客観視しすぎてない？その魔眼のせいで自分嫌いになってるとか？
Oh, wow. You're really getting at the core of him, huh?
いや、自分が嫌いになれたら、目のことで悩んだりはしないだろう。
What do you mean by that?
言っておくけど、俺は自分のことも周りのことも、やけになって見たことは一度もないよ。
そうなんだ。ちょっと意外。
I'm sure it is. This is a question of dignity, of having a place to belong. Someone once said that even a person like me has a reason to live. That's why I don't want to fall into despair or hate myself. Maybe a small thing to live my life by, but it's brought me this far.
それに、この目だってそんなに悪いことばかりでもないし、裸眼でいると色々と不都合があるけど、食欲が薄れるのは手間が省けて楽だよ。もともと小食だから相性はいいと思う。
魔眼による食欲の減少と持って生まれた消化機能の関係は私にはわからないけど。
ああ、いや、ごめん。今のは冗談というか、本気で取られると恥ずかしいというかですね。
真面目な話よ。あなたの目は後天的なものと言っていたけど、それは現れるのが遅かっただけの話かもしれない。
現れるのが遅かっただけ？
ええ。超能力は突然変異体だけど、それにだって誕生する土壌が必要なの。
Yeah, because there are people who can get mystic eyes put in, but that requires an entire eye transplant.
四季のような目を持つ先祖はいなかったとしても、似通った
probably
目を持
didn't,
った親はいたかもしれない。
Probably didn't get that done. There was nothing about him being in the hospital with his eyes covered, right? And yeah, they just manifested.
魔術師は知識と身体回路を子供に移植するけど、あなたのような異能は交配による遺伝子だけで伝わっていって、覚醒遺伝として現れる場合が多いから。
交配による遺伝子、つまり親父から？
というより、あなたの一族全体の話ね。家系の中であなただけ特別という考え方の方が不自然よ。あなたに異能があるのなら、あなたの家系すべてが特別と考えるべき。四季の家族ってそういう人たちなんじゃないの？
I can't help but laugh at the question. She wants me to believe this is all genetic? That Akiha or Makihisa have eyes like mine? I'm 100% positive that's not the case. I'm the only weird one in the film. Oh, buddy. Okay. Besides, without my accident, I'd never gotten these eyes in the first place. They weren't inherited at all. They were like a side effect.
でも忠告は受け取っておく。ありがとう。 アルクエイド。
何？いきなりかしこまって。私、あなたにとって嫌な話をしたと思うんだけど。
She is pretty self-aware at times.
嫌な話じゃなかったよ。
At times.
全部俺の体を気遣ってくれてのことだったからさ。今日の学校での事前調査だって俺に無理させたくなかったんだろう。お前だって昼間は辛いのに。だからありがとう。ここまでされてやっと気がつくあたり、お礼を言える立場でもないけど。
Cat ears, all their
でも
way they're
そういう
going.
アルクエイドはどうなんだ。腹の傷本当に塞がってるんだろうな。
そっちはちゃんと塞がってるけど、なんで？
いや、さっき調子悪そうだったから。何もされてないのに苦しそうだったというか、イライラしていたというか。
Whoa, buddy, you okay? I feel a strange sting in my chest. It's not painful. If anything, it's ticklish.
四季？
いや、なんだこれ。
Stick my hand into my shirt without thinking. It's slimy? Why? My fingers are coated in something thick and sticky like paint.
なんだろう。なんか濡れてる。
I pull my hand from my shirt, from my fingers to my palm. It's slick with crimson blood. Another sting. That strange feeling again. It took me far longer than it should have to recognize that it's coming from the old scar on my chest. Oh, your eyes.
それ。
変だな。痛くもないし傷も開いてないのに胸から血が滲んでる。
It's so red. Bright, pure, eye-catching liquid.
ああ、さっきのやつの爪がかすっていたとか。痛みはないんだし、血もこれしか滲んでこないみたいだし、気にする必要は。
Arcueid is staring at my hand. Or perhaps more accurately, she is utterly fixated on the crimson liquid that covers it.
アルクエイド。
She doesn't answer. Her breathing is slow and labored. Heavy, shaking breaths like it's hurting her to breathe.
おい、アルクエイド。どうした？やっぱり傷が痛んで。
I grab her shoulder. When I do, she quickly brushes my hand away, fleeing my
ア
concern.
ルクエイド。
四季。
She pushes out my name between her shallow breaths, a hint of hostility ringing through her tone.
違う。私、そんなこと思ってない。
What is this? Arcueid looks away uneasily.
どうしたんだよ。
That's a
変だぞ、お
scary
前。
face.
体、まだ回復してないんじゃないのか。
そうね。ちょっと無理しすぎたみたい。だから、私帰るね。
ああ。まあ、どうせ今夜はこれでおしまいだって言ってたけど。
うん。また明日、ここで待ってる。
Oh, she just... There she goes. She's gone before I can stop her, and going after her was never an option. Without even giving me another look, she's leaped into the night sky. Like a rabbit, hopping across the moon. Now, okay, so here's the thing. And I think this is something that, I mean, I bring up occasionally, but I don't know if it's common knowledge. Japan fully associates rabbits with the moon because they believe that the shape on the moon, like we say the man in the moon, they say that the shape of the craters on the moon there is a rabbit making mochi, right? So they associate rabbits with the moon. That's why you might see moon rabbits in things like Final Fantasy IV. You have the character Usagi in Sailor Moon, right? Usagi means rabbit. So that's why we get the rabbit metaphors quite often, right? That's a Japanese thing. Just for your information, in case you don't know. I mean, I for me, that's super common knowledge, but I sprinkle that in just for other people occasionally, in case they don't know. Following the road up the hill from the residential district, I eventually reached the estate's outer wall. It's a little past 2 in the morning. My fatigue is really starting to set in now.
あいつあんなんで大丈夫なのかな
Wow, you're kind of dense, bucko. Arcueid's expression when we parted steadily weighs on my mind. She didn't seem tired or in pain, but... That's strange. Frick, that scared me. Oh, that's a bit spooky. That's strange. There's something standing there, between the street lamps where neither light reaches. I didn't even see that there if that was there before. The first thing I feel is terror. The situation is so unnatural, so unreal. It feels like my heart will stop. Unfortunately, I'm already used to things like this. Masking my quickened pulse, I quickly take my knife in hand. What the frick is that? My blood is flowing at double its usual speed. Perhaps just another illusion. It's definitely a person, but I can't see anything other than that. There's something strange with the silhouette. It's getting closer. The sound of my hollow footsteps. Its only exposed eye is bloodshot and fixed on me. The blade of my knife is set loose. My other hand goes to the temple of my glasses. A chill crawls its way up my back like a centipede. With one final step, the figure crosses the point of no return. The very moment, the light from the street lamps vanishes with an audible click. Even though the moon is bright tonight, the world is plunged into darkness. My heart races, as if to inform me of my rapidly approaching demise. His blade races toward my left arm near the bicep. My reason will have to catch up later. His blade? I bring my knife up to meet the flash streaking down towards me through the darkness, deflecting it just in time. The edges of the shadow's lips contort. Somehow I sense it's grinning, but I can't lose focus. I need to counter this thing. Another knife, you say? Although I'm surprised, I'm also perfectly calm. Not a second has passed since this figure first came into sight. My thoughts have ceased. Time has frozen over. I don't have a moment to waste on being shocked. The clashing of our blades sends sparks flying to the night air. Though this unnatural darkness conceals us both, I can see something shining brightly within it. That's a knife! Distinct shimmering junctions connecting the life underneath. I deflect the relentless blade exactly how I intend to. If there's one thing that astounds me, it's the fact that my body is able to stop these shrouded attacks so precisely, even though I'm already this exhausted. Is my opponent simply easy to read? That may be part of it, but it's not all. My arm is simply following the map of lines and points that my eyes see. And in this complete darkness, they're all I can see, so I focus on them alone. My head. It hurts terribly. My thoughts are on fire. My chest stings. My head hurts. My scar is hot. My eyes feel like they might spill from their sockets. But this feels familiar. Something like this happened long, long ago. Yes. The body of a child covered in blood. Oh my god, it's absolutely him. Akiha, bloodied and crying. My own blood-soaked hands. Metal crashes against metal. Pure instinct allows me to continue deflecting the blade. I was close. I blacked out for a second. I won't let my guard down again, because I know where it's aiming. I can parry every strike before my mind even catches up. Speak so I can know it's you. The reason is simple. It's aiming for my body's lines. That's why I know where it'll aim before it even moves. All I need to do is protect the line it's most likely aiming for based on its posture and timing. The second I realize my enemy's strategy, I finally speak.
お前見えているのか
I know it. The figure can see the exact same thing I do. Damn it. The shadow laughs in the darkness. Its bloodshot eye stares me down mockingly, as if to say, "So you finally noticed." Blood is rapidly pumped through my body. The corners of my lips rise in a confluence of exultation and fear. I see. They were on equal terms. If either one of us hits their mark, it will be over. But that doesn't matter to me. Not anymore. So what if any of its cuts could kill me? If that was enough to scare me, I wouldn't be alive right now. I think of that sheer cold I endured. Vlav was far more impressive. This thing doesn't compare to a vampire like that, even if it might be the one Arcueid's after. All things considered, I have the upper hand. Attack. Attack. I'm taking the offensive. The figure is keeping up, but it's forced to dedicate everything to matching me. I can win. I don't know who this is or where they came from. What I do know is that I'm cornering them. Goosebumps form on my skin. My heart races with the feeling of power. I can win. I'm stronger. I'm stronger. If this thing is going to kill me, then I'll just kill them first. I deflect my opponent's attack, disarming them. A step forward, a thrust of the knife bared like a fang at the now unprotected line before me. But something's odd. Why don't I feel any hesitation? Oh? The street lamps flicker back on, rousing my mind from its feverish state. There's no one in front of me. The shadow I engaged with in battle isn't there. It's been flung against the estate's outer wall, impaled by a long, thin object. I don't see him. I struggle to make sense of the situation. The figure that attacked me, a man apparently, was run through with a rod-like object that flew in from the side. Those aren't black keys, but I do recognize that. The impact must have flung him against the wall. No human could survive something like that. But that thing isn't human. Huh. It's also speaking in bracket language. His voice is hoarse. The man, his guts skewered, wheezes as he glares at the night sky. People might be right. They might be just speaking some vampire language. I keep my distance as I follow his gaze. And there... I knew it! Okay, so that's super interesting that you replace CL from the original route. Huh. I see a familiar figure standing atop the streetlight.
Noel 先生
That's wild, because you're not even attempting to hide who you are, huh? She's dressed like a nun. In her right hand, she holds a narrow-bladed sword. Oh yeah, huh. Does she use that in Melty? I don't think so. I know she does the spear, but not the other one. In her left, an absurdly massive halberd. Halberd. I always said halberd growing up. I recognize the shape of the former. Or to be more exact, part of my brain remembers it having entered my field of view. On a subconscious level, I know that it's one of those swords that saved me from Vlov's icicles. Oh, wait. It wasn't CL. It was it was Noel. Our eyes meet. She shoots me a smile, and in the next moment... Oh, she launches her swords at the shadowed figure, thank God. So then who are we attacking then? And you're probably speaking French or Italian. As she says the word, light bursts from the swords. hear the air shift as she readies her halberd. She readjusts her grip. She does a little tonguey and leaps down from the light, aiming for her target. Is this not Roa? Cause I feel like this is gonna straight kill him. The man cries out as flesh and blood are severed. The shadow-like substance surrounding him is dispersed by Noel's implement of war. The man, shadow and all, begins to dissolve, just like the aberrant zombie I fought in the garage. That's strange, then. Who is this? Because it sounds like he's dying. But, like, he could see the lines? What are we doing? He stares me down as his body fades away. His black, bloodshot eye exudes hatred, as if he were cursing my very existence. All I can do is stare, dumbfounded. The man fades with the shadows that surrounded him, erased completely from this world, with no evidence he ever existed in the first place. What? That was... what? What are we doing? Huh? All that remains are the sound of wind and chirping insects. Feels just like any other night now. It's like the entire world is pretending the man who screamed his heart out never existed. She kind of got the anime mom hairdo. Meanwhile, I've been left with an equally strange person.
こんばんは。この国の夜は安全だと聞いていたけど、この辺りは物騒なのね。ちょっと散歩していたら、吸血鬼みたいな化け物が可愛い教え子に襲いかかっているんだもの。
You know, you could have just gone like, oh, I'm actually Noel's twin sister. Christmas.
それとも、あなたの周りが特別なのかしら。どうの四季くん？
She rocks this outfit. The woman turns to face me. She smiles with obvious unbridled hostility. There's no mistaking it. It's none other than our school's latest substitute teacher. Oh, she was just a substitute? I thought she was like a regular.
ノエル先生っていいんですか？
そうね。先生って響きは悪くないけど、ここは学校の外なんだし。先生は外した方が何かと気が楽よね。お互いに。
Her footfalls reverberate in my ears. Noelle is getting closer. With halberd in hand and an unsettling smile plastered on her face, she approaches. You're an enemy. And we're gonna die. I have to consider her my enemy. And meet her carefully without any outward signs of hostility. Though I can't match her reach with that polearm. The second I make a move, she'll swing it gleefully. I need to be careful.
あれ？逃げもしないし構えもしないの？そっか。怖くて動けないんだ。やっぱり文系の美少年はそうでなくっちゃ。
Reminder, you're an adult and I'm a child.
吸血鬼と舞をあんなことしてるくせに、かわいい。
2 steps. 3 steps. 4 steps. 1 more. My weapon feels useless in the face of her reach. I have no room for error. But she does.
やっぱり、無抵抗な人間しか、相手にしてこなかったのかしら。ね！
Oh, she swings. It was easy to imagine an attack where her halberd cleaves my side in two, right arm and all. Her steel passes directly overhead.
転んじゃったの？
I fell forward to dodge the incoming halberd, which cleaves the air 80 centimeters above the asphalt. My whole body is nearly parallel to the ground. I'm trying to... wait, what? How are you? Okay. I kick just before I crash down, launching myself upward toward the woman in front. Did you just do a super jump? Cute face. I placed my left hand around her waist, pulling her close like we're about to grace the ballroom. Buddy, what are you doing? Now's not the time for the riz, buddy. My right hand, still holding the knife, arcs across the back of her neck. I could kill her with the smallest movement. But before I do, part of me wonders if this woman really is my enemy. Oh, she drops her halberd and grabs my right wrist, simultaneously sweeping my leg out from under me. In judo, it's called an otsotogari, a sweeping throw. Oh, I'm slammed into the ground back first. This isn't like my fall from before. With enough strength in her throw, getting dropped like this could easily break a human.
でも今の切り返しはナイスよね。
She's kind of a dork.
あいつの真似だけどめっちゃイケてた。
Oh, huh. Noel praises herself as she retrieves her polearm. She then clears her throat pointedly as she places a heavy boot on my chest. Kinda wish that was me.
まあ、まぐれにしちゃなかなかだったわ。
Twerp.
逃げようとして転んじゃったのはかっこ悪かったけどね。
A triumphant smile crosses her face as she shifts more of her weight to my chest. Something doesn't feel right, but there's no questioning her hostility.
もしかしてあんたも吸血鬼だったのか。
It's a little late, but I ask anyway.
踏みつぶされる5秒前なのに余裕じゃない。今の質問も全然本気じゃないし。何？子供のくせにカマかけてきたわけ？そういうところは生意気で。先生、嫌いだな。
She makes a show of grinding her boot against my chest, but the pressure doesn't increase by much. Judging by how pissed off she is at the mere insinuation she might be a vampire, she's gotta be human. That aside, it's pretty unfair to go back to being a teacher just when it suits her.
首筋に進行なし。靴に染み込ませた聖水にも拒絶反応なし。ついでに言うと、私好みのファニーフェイスにも変貌なし。
Sorry, did you just say funny face in English? She just said the words funny face.
はい、異端審査終了。だっていいわよ、どうの四季君。
No one expects the Hag Inquisition. I shouldn't call her that, I'm sorry. The boot on my chest is finally lifted. Now free, I stand myself up and try to get my breathing under control. I'm sorry, I completely missed that. Did you say you soak your boots in holy water? I accepted that as, oh, that makes sense, and you step on them and then it, can tell. But I just realized, whoa, that's crazy. I'm hurting all over, but I think I got off with only some light internal bleeding.
はい、これメガネ。落とし物には気をつけなさい。
そうですか。そっちの横槍で落としたものですけど。
I take my glasses from Noel and place them back where they belong. Now then, what the hell's going on?
とまあ、美少年が一人で出歩くと、こんな風に危険がいっぱいなわけ。忠告がてら脅かしちゃったけど、勢い食べちゃうところだったわ。
She laughs like she made a little mistake. I'm at a genuine loss for words.
あれ？何そのノーリアクション。私たちのこと、吸血鬼に聞いてないの？聞いてないのね。あ、そう。私みたいな雑魚は眼中にないってわけ。まあいいけど、私も話題になんかされたくないし。いいわ。パパッとレクチャーしてあげる。
Oh my god, are we really doing this?
簡単に言うと、私は町を守る正義のお姉さんみたいな。
Oh, huh. You are this city's appointed church member. Oh.
クソ吸血鬼どもから人間社会を守る。影の組織とかかっこよくない？
Yeah, you're not really doing a great job, you know. She laughs as she speaks, which makes it difficult to judge how serious she's being. As dubious as her explanation was, it does remind me of something.
教会の代行者ってやつですか？
ええ、その代行者。四季君は無神論者でしょ？だから実感は湧かないだろうけど、私たち教会は主の皆のもと、人の良き営みを守る意志がある。たとえそれがこんな末法の国でもね。
I'm sorry. There just is, like, I know it's fitting with the tone, but just seeing the words, you're an atheist, aren't you? Just in a visual novel just kills me for some reason. Like, I don't know, it just feels like there's things that video games don't talk about much, you know?
ある日突然転任してきた魅惑の美人教師はその実教会から派遣された正義のエクソシストだったってこと。
An exorcist of justice? An exorcist. Someone who purifies demons. I don't know if vampires count as demons, but it doesn't seem like she's
わか
lying.
りました。いきなりのことで信じられませんけど、信じます。どうあれ、これで2度目ですし。
I like how he's just like, this is a lot. I don't know if I believe you, but sure.
危ないところを助けてくれてありがとうございます。
二度目？ああ、そういうこと。でもまあ、今回は違うわ。たまたま危ないところに出くわしたんじゃなくて、私、最初から君を狙っていたんだし。
最初から俺を狙っていた。
さあ、君が屋敷を出た時からずっと尾行していたの。私のお仕事は吸血鬼の殲滅だもの。その吸血鬼に従っている人間がいれば監視するのが当たり前でしょ。
Her logic tracks, but she's missing some important context. I'm not following Arcueid's orders, and besides, she's a good vampire. What about trying to save the city?
それは。
まあ本当なら真っ先に吸血鬼の方から殺してるんだけど、相手はあの怪物でしょ。私一人じゃ返り討ちだし、師匠は上司に飛ばされちゃったし。
Oh. Oh, that's why CL's gone and no one remembers her. Oh. She was beaten.
仕方なく小さい方の獲物に網を張ってたわけ。
Well, that's one way to write her out of this plot. That's interesting. That means that she's even less in Arcueid's story.
小さい獲物ってのは俺のことですか？
ええ、あの怪物が狂犬なら、四季君はプリッとしたエビちゃんね。
A shrimp?
吸血鬼にしろ私たちにしろ、美味しい獲物なのは間違いなし。
Has a cute face.
でもなんか様子が変だった。ここ数日君を監視していたけど、無理やり従わされてる雰囲気じゃないし、血も吸われてないでしょ。ねえ四季君、あなたなんであんな怪物と一緒にいるの？
Yeah, we were trying to talk about that, but I furrow my brow and swallow the words in my throat. It's not the way Noel asked the question that bothers me. It's that she asked it at
お
all.
やだんまり。君は吸血鬼の仲間になりたいのかな？定番だけど、永遠の命が欲しいとか？
は？
The question catches me by surprise. I never even considered that, but I guess it would be a natural reason to seek out friendship with a vampire.
でも
That is impossible with Arcueid. I mean, she doesn't drink blood, and she doesn't create new allies or grant people abilities. That sort of offer wasn't even on the table.
違
Why
う
don't
の？
you say any of this, buddy?
ならどうして？
I feel like these are words you should say.
そんなの決まってる。自分たちが住んでいる町のために吸血鬼を借り出す協力をしているだけです。
I stare intently into her eyes. I'm not interested in going back and forth against her, but I won't sit here and let her say whatever she wants about Arcueid and me. I'll tell her as much with my gaze alone.
そう、君が噛まれていたなら、そんなざれ言と一緒に手足ぶった切って置物にしてるところだけど、残念ながらただの人間には手出しできないものね。今のは聞かなかったことにしておくわ。
Noel turns around and begins walking away. She seems unable to accept the idea of fighting on the same side as a vampire, but at least she's calmed down a little, or maybe my answer just made her lose interest.
ああ、でも忠告。さっき最初から君を狙っていたと言ったけどね。あれ、もっと深い意味なの。
What? What do you mean?
この町に救った使徒は数年以上前から根付いているわ。
Oh, yeah, sure.
私の師匠の言うことには、神祖のように昨日今日やってきたわけじゃないんだとか。吸血鬼は外から来るものばかりじゃない。
Dang.
案外身近なところにいて何十年も前から潜伏しているケースのが多いの。それも町で一番力のある権力者の家にとかね。
So again though, who was it that we just killed and sent away?
自分たちの町を守るとか言っていたけど、そんな曖昧なくくりじゃなくて、君は自分の身を守った方がいいってこと。
それはどういう。
だってそうでしょ。さっきの不死は君を狙ってきたんですもの。吸血鬼を殺して回る神祖じゃなくて。
Was that just a regular undead who can see the lines? What the heck? No way.
命があったらまた会いましょう。当の四季君。
Why did you put emphasis on that one? Wait. Is she putting emphasis on that because she knows that we're Nanaya? Oh. Oh, when she says from the beginning, she means from the beginning. Huh. With that, the woman dressed like a nun walks away. As she does, she tosses her gaze to a street lamp. Maybe I'll jump up there and hop my way home all cool like, nope, not happening. As if I can make a jump like that without a running start. Like, if I could, I wouldn't even be human. Her thoughts blatantly apparent, Noel continues on down the road, massive polearm in hand. That's really funny. That's really funny.
あれはあれですごい人っぽいような。
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Whenever they do that thing where in the background, like, okay, we've seen this background so many times, but surprise, there's a monster back there. They've done that twice now in this one part, and each time it is peak. It's so good. I mumble, taken aback. As if uttering that comment took the last of my remaining strength, my knees give out for me and I slump against the wall.
でも狙われたのは。
It's not unfathomable. I am cooperating with Arcueid after all. But that's not right. I don't know what the real reason is, but I have a feeling this isn't it. My vertigo returns with force now that my adrenaline has faded. With one hand against the wall for support, I make my way to the main gate. My chest hurts. I need to get back to my room while I'm still conscious before my body completely gives out on me. I can worry about the rest later. But the gate is much farther than I thought. As my headache begins to ease, tension abandons the rest of my body. My back still up against the estate's outer wall. I watch as I drift off to sleep. Oh, this is a bad place to fall asleep, buddy. That's a cat! Hello! Oh no. Oh no. Really? What the frick is... Okay, now we're reaching the point of... Well, that's not a good sign. That's not good at all. I think I made that exact joke last time. Well, before we load in there, I do want to go back and see what happens if we do the other thing. Do we die? Right? Flowchart. Okay, so I'm just looking here. Right, so this is the encounter. It does show there's two different ones. Right? Okay. Okay, reverberate. Okay. Getting closer with halberd. We take a defensive stance. Oh, she just goes at us, huh? Oh, do we die like immediately? Noel leaps at me the second I ready my knife. The difference in reach between our weapons is too great. Faster than I can think to react, she swipes at my side with the butt of her polearm. My head spins at the overwhelming impact. The attack must have sent me flying over a meter through the air. I brace myself, ignoring the pain from the initial blow. My back hits the asphalt and I'm able to absorb some of the shock, but Noel is already there.
ダメよ、四季君。敵を前にしてあからさまに身構えるとか、もう甘すぎてにやけちゃう。私、臆病だからつい本気で打ち込んじゃったけど、まだ生きてる？
I prop my arms up under me to try and stand. But Noel steps down on my chest with a heavy boot.
はーい。
おとなしくしていてね。義理もなければ恋人同士でもないんだし。
I glare up at Noel from the ground. I don't understand what's happening in the slightest. All I know is that this woman honestly wants to kill me.
あんたも吸血鬼だったのか。
なんですって。今吸血鬼だって言った。私があんな怪物と一緒だって言ったわけ。
Oh, she sounds mad. Her boot presses harder on my chest. She's seriously pissed at the mere insinuation she might be a vampire. Okay, now this is the same? Really? Alright. So this, oh, so it is the same. Oh, it's a bit of a shame. I thought we'd die. I feel like we haven't died yet when we could have. Right? Okay, so that's all the same, huh? Okay. Then there's the cat. Alright, cool. Well, that's where I guess we'll save there and leave it there. Thank you all for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time for Death. Why the cat? What are we doing with the cat? That cat looks like a real... Cause yeah, again, the cat's weird because there's no Nero, so who is that? Who is that? We'll have to see. Okay. We'll see you guys next time for some more Tsukihime, Piece of Blue Glass Moon. Ciao. Yo.